Okay guys, hey, welcome back to the channel. It's been a few days, been busy, but I wanted to get something up for you guys because man, I miss being in front of the camera and talking hockey. Look, it's Saturday, it's the 12th of November. I wanted to talk about specifically hot and cold teams, okay? Who's hot, who's cold? See you in a sec. All right, so who's hot, who's cold? We're going to dive right into this right now. Who are the hot teams currently, November 12th, 2022? Who's hot right now? Okay, there's only a small handful, so here we go. We can dive right into this. Obviously, Boston Bruins. Boston Bruins, they're off to a 12-2 start. Man, what can you say about the Boston Bruins? And McAvoy is back, had a goal in his first game back. So this team is poised to, if they continue and avoid the injury bug and just keep playing this way, they're definitely going to represent the East, probably in the Eastern Conference Final. You know what I mean? I really have a strong feeling that they're there. They're right there. But they got to continue this play and stay healthy, right? So Boston Bruins, they are hot. Another hot team out of the East, the New Jersey Devils. The New Jersey Devils are, man, what a surprise. I mean, right now they currently sit at 11-3. They just keep winning, surprising a lot of teams. I know they started the year off. Lindy Ruff was on the chopping block and kind of like, if he doesn't do well, he's out of there type thing. Well, ever since, and it's funny because ever since the Ducks went on their Eastern Conference road trip to start the season, they ended up in Jersey after playing New York, both New York teams, and Jersey beat them. But that game, Jersey didn't have the greatest of record. It was only a few games into the season, but that game they won, and all of a sudden from that point forward, New Jersey just took off. So you're welcome, New Jersey. The Ducks helped catapult you into your current status. So New Jersey Devils are a hot team. Okay, why though? Why? Good goaltending from the goaltenders. Not something you would expect from their goalies, Blackwood and whatnot. And again, Lindy Ruff, he was on the chopping block, but he's doing something right because this team is playing well. So go Jersey there. Another hot team. This is out of the West, the Vegas Golden Knights. The Vegas Golden Knights are absolutely killing it in the West right now. They are, I want to say, on an 8 or 9 game win streak right now. They just are a train that's out of control in the sense that no one's stopping them right now. Kind of like the Boston Bruins in the East, the Vegas Golden Knights. I've said it before in previous videos. If everything came to a halt right now and we had to have a Stanley Cup final, it's going to be the Boston Bruins against the Golden Knights. So Golden Knights are hot right now, hot. Let's jump into some warm teams. They're not hot, they're not cold, they're just warm, okay? Nice and warm. Carolina Hurricanes. Okay, Carolina Hurricanes are my pick to go to the conference final for the East. They're warm. They're not hot. I don't want to put them in the hot category. They're really close, but they're warm. They're playing well. They're 9-4-1. They had a good road trip through the West, and it was successful. So Carolina, that's a one good team right there, and it's still early, but they are my pick to go to the Eastern Conference Final and probably win it. Another warm team, and they lost last night to San Jose, which was kind of sad because here I am. I'm talking about the Dallas Stars. The Dallas Stars, in my opinion, they were hot for a while there. They've kind of cooled off a little bit. Now they're warm. They are 8-4-1. Now I think 8-5-1 because they lost last night to San Jose. So, Dallas is still a very good team. But they're showing why I have them down in the warm. I had them in the warm before their loss against the San Jose Sharks, which I expected them to win, quite honestly, but they didn't. And either way, they're a warm team. They're doing really well, but we'll see what happens with Dallas. Another warm team for me right now are the Seattle Kraken. The Seattle Kraken got off to a great got off to a little bit of a rocky start, especially when they got home, their first homestand. Now they're cranking it up. They went on the road, beat some really good teams. They did lose last night to Minnesota. I think the game was 1-0 Minnesota, so interesting low-scoring game. But Seattle was 8-4-2. They are now 8-5-2 with that loss to Minnesota. But they are in the warm category. They're doing really well. Seattle Kraken, surprising a lot of people. But some other warm teams that we have to mention, and keep in mind too, if you don't hear any of these any teams mentioned, it's because I don't even consider them more hot or what anything. They're just there. They're playing, and they're just out there. Okay, I'm not going to go over every single team and what I think they are. But another warm team, the Los Angeles Kings. They're 9-6-1. They were struggling there for a little bit. They were like 6-6 at one point, and now they've won 3 in a row, so they're 9-6-1. So they're heating up a little bit. So I got them in the warm category. LA, another team that was struggling on their road trip, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs fans, you got to be excited. Toronto's starting to play well. They beat the Penguins. They beat, I believe, the Bruins. Was it the Bruins? I believe so. But either way, Toronto is heating up, and I've got them in the warm category. So let's see if they can continue to improve. Again, goaltending's an issue with them in defense. So if they can try to avoid the downfall of letting too many pucks in their net, we know they can put it in the net. They just got to keep it out. Toronto will do well, and I've said it before in the past. But Toronto's in the warm right now. Winnipeg Jets. The Winnipeg Jets are warm. They're 8-3-1, so they're warm. Liking what I see out of Winnipeg. Okay, hey, all right, so let's just jump into the cold teams. Cold, like it is here now. We got highs in the 30s here where I'm at. It's been cold. Cold teams. Ottawa. Ottawa's cold. 4-8-1. Some bright spots in Ottawa are Pinto. Their rookie Pinto, he's been really good this year for Ottawa. They've got some goaltending concerns out there, and the defense has to improve. But man, for having DeBrincat and Giroux and some of these young stars like Pinto, I would expect their record to be a little bit better. But right now they're cold. They're 4-8-1. Here's a really cold team that started hot this season. The Calgary Flames. The Flames are no longer a hot flame. They're a cold flame. They are now 5-6-2. They are below 500. I did not expect to see this. It is early, and I know they'll turn it around, but Calgary had a great start. Now they've cooled off quite a bit. Edmonton, here's another team. Started off cold, got really hot. Now they're back to cold again. They won their last game. They are 8-7. Defense needs to be improved. Goaltending needs to improve. I've talked about it a million times. I'll say it a million times. What wins championships, everybody? Defense and goaltending. Okay, I don't care if you can put the puck in the net 4 or 5 goals a night. If you can't keep it out of your net, that's a big problem. Defense and goaltending. Special teams. So, Edmonton, Vander Kane. Vander Kane got that wrist injury where the skate blade of, I think it was Pat Maroon, sliced him right open. That's scary if you watch the video of that. Super scary. But Evander Kane's a piece of that team that I feel would push them well and deep into the playoffs like he did last year. Not having him is not going to help them, especially with the defense and goaltending woes. They need all the firepower they can get to keep them winning games. So right now they're cold. They haven't been playing all that hot in the last few games. So another team that is super cold, really cold, and I think they just won a game, the St. Louis Blues. St. Louis Blues started off 3-0, looking really, really good. They were super hot right out of the gate, and then they just went ice cold and lost like 7 straight, 8 straight. It was like embarrassing, I'm sure, for St. Louis, the team and their fans. I don't know if they have a good lineup. They have a good team. They have a great goaltender. Can they turn it around? Let me know below in the comments. What do you think? St. Louis, can they turn this around? Nashville Predators are cold. Another team that started off a couple wins in the Global Series against San Jose. It was against the Sharks, but they got out to a 2-0 start. Got back home to the States, and this kind of fell apart. They are now 5-8-1. They're well below 500. They're a cold team. They need to figure it out. They've got a really good goaltender in Yari Suso. God, I could kill names. But they've got great goaltending, great defense. They've got the players that can put it in the net. So what's the problem in Nashville? I don't know. Tell me what you think down below. Another cold team is the Buffalo Sabres. Here's a team that was surprising everybody, doing really, really well, beating some really good teams. Well, now they've lost a few, and now they're down to 7-7. The Buffalo Sabres have cooled off big time, so they are cold. See if they can turn the heat back up, and get back in the win column. Buffalo. I think reality is setting in for Buffalo. What do you think? Tell me what you think down below. Hey, another team that's cold but almost warm. The Arizona Coyotes. This is a team that everybody expected to be at the cellar. Okay, at the cellar of the NHL, just freezing in the basement, right? Cold as ice. Well, they're not. They're 6-6, guys. They are 6-6. They're showing that they have a competitive team and they want to win. They're not going to just be sellers and tank, okay, and go after Connor Bedard, right? Arizona Coyotes, man, give them props. They are doing much better than anticipated and expected, so good for them. Look, let's just dive right into it. The bad teams, the teams that are just dying, burying themselves in the ground. These are teams that are burying themselves in the cemetery as we speak. Okay, here we go. San Jose, 3-9-3. Now they're 4-9-3 now because they won last night, so they're now 4-9-3. But San Jose Sharks, horrible. Columbus Blue Jackets, they won their last game, so they are now 4-9, I believe it is. Maybe 5-9. No, I think it's 4-9. They won their last game. It's 4-9. Columbus, even though they won their last game, horrible. Things are going to change in Columbus if this continues. They brought in Johnny Hockey, thinking that was going to be it. They re-signed Patrick Laine. I expected them to do a lot better than this. But again, it's defense and goaltending. It's killing them. So they're 4-9, Columbus. Here's another one, Vancouver Canucks. The Vancouver Canucks, we all know, have struggled all year, especially holding leads. They give them up very easily. The Vancouver Canucks are 4-7-3. Bad. I know people's expectations of Vancouver, not only in the NHL, but in Vancouver, of course, their fans expected a much better team on the ice. And they've got a really good roster. They should not be 4-7-3, but they are. Okay, and then, of course, the bottom-feeding Anaheim Ducks. What can I say? The Anaheim Ducks, my team, 4-9-1. Their last game was against Minnesota, and their third period was atrocious. They lost the game basically in the third. They just let it go. Ducks have lots of issues. They need a coaching change bad. I've talked about that before. Dallas Eakins is trash at the NHL level. He's not a bad coach. He's just not good in the NHL level. Trash at the NHL level. Trash. Dallas Eakins has to go. Special teams. I can make a whole video about the Ducks, and I'm going to, but the Ducks special teams is crap. It's absolute crap. So there you go. There's your four bottom-feeding, horribly bad teams there. That's going to wrap it up for today, guys. Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you go down and subscribe. Tell me what you think. If you agree, disagree, let's talk about it. As always, thanks for watching. See ya.